Okay guys, welcome back. Now, last night we had the developer talk and of course, as usual, I was asleep. Usually the developer talks happen when it's very late for me or when it's very early for me, so I didn't participate, but hopefully when the next one is up, I get the chance to participate in the next one. So they have been talking about some very interesting topics, and I will show you the whole thing from start to finish. So uh, I guess grab some popcorn, and with that being said, let's jump right into it.
I'm Kelbeck, your host for today's exciting event. This is our first ever event where we take about an hour or so to sit down and with a developer and pick their brain about what they do. And if all goes well, many more of these events will be in our future. But of course, that's not all. What kind of event would this be if all we did was talk? It's kind of boring. So, the Eve Echoes team have prepared some prizes that will be given away throughout the course of the event. So stick around, and you could win something fun. Only those here in this channel will be eligible to win. Also, for those that stick around to the end, promptly following the dev talks, there will be a live text-based Q&A session with our special guest and Carrie directing. As a quick reminder, this is a stage channel, so we will not be able to hear any of you. That said, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them here in the text chat of this channel, and our special guest will do their best to answer as many of them as they can here at the end. If you're on PC or Mac, you can locate the text channel by hovering over the stage channel name in the channel list and pressing the speech bubble labeled Open Chat. It can also be found in the upper right hand corner. If you're on mobile, it is the button down at the bottom, right next to the red exit button. Now, without further delay, let me introduce our special guest for today, Cloud, from the Eve Echoes development team. Welcome, Cloud. Looks like we have a bit of a mic issue. Cloud, you there? Sorry guys, hold on just 1 minute while Cloud gets things sorted. Hey, there we go. Oh. Sorry guys, this is the first time we're trying to figure out the kinks as we go.
Hello everyone, can you
Hey.
hear us?
We can hear you, Cloud. Welcome.
Okay, finally we are all set up here. Okay.
Fantastic. Alright. Well, Cloud, it's great to have you with us today. Dev Talks are all about you today and what you do with your team. Now, today you picked the topic, yes? What topic did you pick?
Balance. 你来说吧。我再调一下这个电脑，你来说吧。就是你来说。
And we have proposed the topic as the balance.
Awesome. Well, we've prepared some questions for you. Nothing personal, I promise. Are you ready? Oh, looks like you dropped off.
Sorry guys, please wait a couple minutes and our connection has been gone. So sorry about that.
用我的吧，我这个连上了。你这个，但是你这个怎么发言？哦，可以，把你声音关掉。因为我们应该可以开始了。
And Quebec, we can start it now.
Okay, I'm guessing Cloud's going to talk through Lens.'s mic.
Yes.
Perfect, awesome. All right, so are you ready? We're good?
Yeah, of course.
All right, let's jump right in. I hope everyone's ready for some interesting game talk. Like I said, we've got a whole list of questions here to go through. Not too many, but hopefully they're insightful. So, Cloud, can you share with us some of your team's overall philosophy when it comes to balancing the game, and how do you approach the task of creating balanced gameplay experience for players? What kind of factors do you consider when making balanced decisions? While we understand that there may be some proprietary technology or methods that you can't really share with us, we'd love to hear as much as you're comfortable sharing.
就是要不讲，就是这个平衡的问题。
他是先说我们团队。
没。
翻译一下问题吧，然后再跟我。
OK。
First, let me translate the question for Cloud. 我们更关注玩家的。
谁能调变？
你能分享一下您的团队在平衡性调整方面的一个整体理念，然后是如何为玩家非常平衡的游戏体验？那一般你们在做平衡性更新的时候会考虑哪一些元素？想听一下您在这方面的一个见解。
可以不用那么近的脸前说，没事，他可以收到的。我们更关注玩起来，就玩家玩起来的体验和乐趣。不是说看数值，就是数据上的绝对的平衡。然后，如果某一个比较失衡的设定，就是数值上看起来它不太相等的设定，能够给玩家带来更多的乐趣，也不会说影响整体上玩家，一些负面的感受，那我们也不会说强求去严格让他们数值相等。我认为那样是没有乐趣的。然后，如果某个设定显得毫无乐趣和体验，那么我们会去优化它。一切都是以玩家的体验为中心。然后主要方法有3个，第一个是数据驱动，就是我们会定期分析服务器实际的数据是否满足一些衡量指标，以此来做调整。然后第二个是设计驱动，就是我们开发组会定期对以往的设计去进行复盘，然后讨论它现在的表现有没有达到我们的设计目的，是不是需要调整。然后第3个就是玩家驱动，我们通过社区DM 然后以及问卷调查等一些活动，了解我们的玩家对现在游戏平衡性的看法和一些反馈意见，然后针对反馈比较多的、比较普遍的问题去进行一些调整和优化。您能听
？Okay, I will do the translation for Cloud. And we are more interested in the experience, so whether it's not to make the game, or rather just absolutely focus on the balance of the data or the power. So if an imbalanced setting can bring more fun without affecting the whole system, we would not impose a strict balance. But if the setting seems to be no fun at all and gives players a bad experience, we will definitely optimize it. So our philosophy is that the player's experience is the first place. So in terms of the methods, when we are considering making some balance adjustment, the first point is data-driven. So we regularly analyze the actual data, the server data, to see if the adjustment will make the corresponding matches. And the second point is it is design driven. So that is to say, we will review the previous event and discuss with our teammates together to see if the previous events has met its design purpose. So the last point that I want to highlight is that we will collect feedback from our community by some questionnaires or some message from our players. We just wanted to know what the players thinking about the current game balance. So we will make our adjustment according to the players' feedback and the current situation. Yeah.
All right. For the next question, let's see. Do you think you can walk us through one specific balance change that you just made to the game and explain the thought process behind it?
Okay, let me translate it to Cloud. 您能选取一个近期对游戏做的一个平衡性调整内容，然后向我们简单的介绍一下其背后的一个思考过程、逻辑过程。对。
那就以最近调整的这个支援投射的植入体为例子吧。就在调整之前呢，在掌握这个植入体的这个使用的技巧之后啊，玩家组建一个5个人左右的，最多到10个人的一个台风级或者乌鸦级舰船的小队，就可以让几乎所有的舰船都无法启动任何装备。然后在战斗过程中，我们作为攻击者这个体验当然是非常好啊，让敌人没有办法还手。但是呢，被攻击的人的体验就会非常差，啊，真的就是完全没有办法还手。那我们就基于这个问题，我们加入了一个依赖感应强度判断的干扰成功率的这么一个计算流程。那当玩家驾驶一个比较大的舰船，那他们的雷达感应器也是更加强的，那我的干扰对它成功率降低，那也是更加科学的。然后同样的呢，如果我的雷达十分强大，那我去干扰一个小一点的舰船，成功率变高，那这个也是比较科学的。那这样呢，就保证在较为科学又保证了一定玩法的这个基础上，就优化了被攻击者的体验。那如果你想能够提高你自己的抗干扰能力，就去强化你的感应强度。而攻击者来说呢，你如果想提高你的成功率，那么就找更多的舰内成员一起去攻击别人，或者说也使用信号放大器之类的装备来提高你的感应强度，然后在攻击与防御之间就多了更多的这个博弈和一些玩法在里面。就这些。
Okay. So I want to take the sport projection implant as a vivid example. So after mastering this implant, actually a 5-member Typhoon or Raven class squad can make almost all the ships that are unable to use any module. So in this case, the experience of the attacker is very brilliant, but for the pilot side, they will feel so awful. So for this
Carrie, I think your mic dropped out.
is also more powerful and not easily jammed by smaller ships. And likewise, it is easier for a ship with a powerful radar to jam smaller ships. So personally, this setting will actually optimize the experience of the pilot that are being attacked. While for the attacker side, they can choose more tactics or just try to sacrifice defense for a higher jamming success rate. So I believe that this setting will bring more tactical options to the players.
All right. Let's see. Moving on. What are some of the key metrics and data points that you use to determine whether a balance change is successful or not? I mean, take for instance the last one. Like, what are the key points that you look for to make sure that you're hitting that target?
您个人会选取哪一些关键指标或者数据点来考察平衡调整是否成功？
对于不同的调整内容，比如说舰船、装备、技能、植物体这些，他们的考量的指标是不太一样的。我们就以上面这个支援投射为例子，那需要考量的有，我们调整前后玩家选择这个植物体的占比，以及实际使用它的占比，以及不同吨位的舰船在互相干扰时候的成功率的变化，我们会根据这些值去考量我们的选择是否是成功的。好。
Okay, for different contents such as ships, modules, and skills, the matches could be quite different. So I still want to take the sport projection as an example to explain. When we are doing some adjustment for this, we will consider the choosing rate, the use rate, also the success rate of different targets in sensors. Yeah, that's all.
All right. Do you think you can give us an example of a recent balance issue that your team has had to address, and how long it took to identify and roll out a fix for that?
您能否举一个例子说明一下您最近在解决的一个平衡性问题？大概是怎样的一个周期去确定，然后推出一个整体的修复方案？
举最近玩家比较关心的一个例子吧，就是我们在堤安的新门附近，可以在开火的瞬间，启动跃迁，或者说在跃迁的瞬间启动开火，就是这两个时间非常接近的时候，那有可能会逃过岗哨炮的攻击。那这个问题其实对玩家的被攻击者的体验影响还是比较大的。那我们先从系统上分析了这个可能的原因，然后去尝试结合我们的测试人员去尝试复现这个问题。然后后来我们测试发现它确实是由于跃迁保护的这个机制引起的。那我们现在正在评估的相关的优化方案有两个。首先第一个呢是说，你一旦开火就会取消你的跃迁保护的这个机制，同时强制打断你的跃迁状态，就是哪怕你启动了跃迁也会立即停船，这是一个方案。然后另一个是说，你在已经准备跃迁，正在以一个比较高的加速度运行的时候，那会你的炮是无法对敌人造成伤害的，大概是这样一个思路。那具体哪个方案我们还在进一步的评估当中，就这些。
Okay. One of the issues that we are recently working is the fact that the low security flying when wrapping sometimes may not trigger the sentry gun. So for this case, we first analyze the possible cause, and we actually find out that it is caused by the wrap protections. So how to fix it? There are two solutions that are being considered. The first one is try to cancel the wrap protection it file and terminate the wrap. And the other solution is that just to damage. The other one is that the damage cannot be dealt under the wrap protection state. So these are two solutions that we are recently thinking about, but we have not decided to take which one into the release. Yeah.
All right. I guess, what balance change in this last update do you think you're most excited for? I mean,
我最感兴趣的内容，目前最感兴趣的是，我们本次对无人机进行了一个比较大的调整，然后我比较关心它在战斗中就是表现怎么样，尤其是说高速无人机的那个表现，因为它其实很难打中人，会导致它的 DPS 下降。
Okay, personally, I'm most interested in the settings for the drone part. I'm really looking on its performance in the combat, especially in the case in the high speed situations. I really want us to, see the feedback from our players. If you like it or not, or if you have any suggestions for its performance. Yeah.
All right. Have there been any changes that you made to the game that you later regretted or had to revert due to a negative player feedback? Or maybe it just affected the game poorly?
Oh, that's a tricky question. I would say,请问您就是对于之前的一些改动，是否有哪一些感觉不是特别满意，然后或者是说觉得想要再进行一些修复调整的？
我们就跟平衡运作一样，我们在一个更新方案发布之前，其实也会再三对它进行一个更多的一个计算和一个调整。还是以刚才的支援投射为例子啊，就今天总是以它为举例。那曾经有一个方案呢，是说我们给所有的旗舰，包括一些特别的战列舰，比如说使用防御模块的战列舰，都加入了一些免疫时间。大概就是它如果被干扰之后，那么在5秒左右的一个时间里面，它会免疫所有的干扰。但是我们后来又在论证的过程中发现，这个对于攻击者来说体验不好，攻击者没法通过自己的舰船的装备的搭配，或者说多个舰队成员之间的配合来打破这个防御手段，它就显得防御能力过强。那我们对于这个舰船的这个区分也不够细腻，简单来说就是攻防双方都没有什么玩法。那我们在发布之前就取消了这个设定，而是换成依赖攻防双方的一个装备与人数的一个感应强度的玩法。
Okay, I still wanna take the sport projections as an example. Yeah, actually we have a plan to add some immune time to all the capital ships. That's to say, and they will be immune to all jamming for about like 5 seconds. However, later we reconsider these actions. We think it may bring some bad experience for the attackers, due to the lack of means to improve jamming capabilities. So also the differentiation of some ship types was not detailed enough, like for the attackers or the pilot side, they don't have much gameplay to really enjoying the gameplay. So then we just actually remove this setting before it's released. Yeah.
Warp drive active.
All right. Let's see, where was I? All right. Are the developers confident that the servers will be able to handle big fleet fights using drones as a primary engagement tool once again? I know in the past there were kind of some issues with drones. So despite the anti-drone modules in place, following the massive buff to drones is part of the balance. Do you anticipate that being an issue?
And sorry, Quebec, I can't hear your question. Could you mind if you repeat it again for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sorry.
So, do you suppose the developers are confident that the servers will be able to handle big fleet fights using drones as a primary engagement tool once again, despite the anti-drone modules in place, given the fact that there's been buffs to the drones as part of the last balance change?
尽管有一些反无人机板块的个存在，但是作为平衡补丁的一部分，在对于无人机进行大规模的一个强化之后，你们团队是否有信心，就是再次处理使用无人机作为主要交战工具的一些大型舰队的一些战斗？
这一块信心还是有的。目前我们已经发布了一些就底层上面的战斗，就特别底层的那些的性能优化。当然这些我们没有写在公告里面，因为其实它不影响玩家。然后目前我们观察起来，它的数据表现，还比较符合预期，并且我们现在依然围绕着大规模会战会进行一个更多的优化。相信在未来的这种几百人、上千人的这种大战中，应该能够会更加流畅。
Okay, to be honest, we are quite confident about this adjustment. We have just released some combat optimizations, although you cannot see them in the patch note every day, every week, and we are still working on it. It seems to run well so far, and we are still trying our best to make the future fleet flights even better. So stay tuned for it. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Do you suppose the developers?
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
We actually have more things to add to the big file. Yeah. So we want to add more. Yeah. Let's hear what Guy is thinking.
对，就是大规模会战，其实是我们肯定是最看重的一个方向。然后可能更新看到就 patch notes 上面看到东西不是非常多，但是我们一直有几位最核心的程序在提高性能方面是一直在工作的。然后当然这个问题也是需要比较长的时间，我们也不知道就是什么时候突然间就上来了。但目前我们看比之前是有了显著的提升。就是大家可以感受到，可能300到500个人打的时候，比之前断线的情况要少了很多，就是这样。
Okay, so we want to highlight that we really, put too much efforts on these problems, and although it's still taking really working hard on these problems, so don't worry, we got to make some big progress on this problem. Yeah.
All right. Do you suppose the developers could, I guess, let me rephrase that. Cloud, do you suppose you might be able to provide some more insight as to the reason behind giving the Roricle a massive bonus to its extraction rate, considering that mining is already considered a relatively unprofitable profession in Eve Echoes?
您能否分享一下，就是为长须鲸级的一个高提取率设置巨大奖励背后的一个动机是什么呢？
主要还是取决于它的一个制造成本吧。玩家其实也都知道，长须鲸是一个比普通的旗舰还要昂贵的多的一个旗舰的生产工具，那它的制造成本也是挺高的。我们认为它的性能以及不管是战斗还是采矿方面，它的性能应该足以匹配上这个高昂的造价。然后同时它需要一个比较强大的防御力来等待队友的支援。所以我们会不断的去看它的性能实际表现有没有达到我们认为它一个合适的一个范围。
Okay, when we are talking about these problems, we were first thinking about the production costs. Personally, I think it has good value for money. That's to say, the Rockwell should have huge defense and drone capabilities for its huge cost. So actually, we are looking on its performance for its huge cost. So, and thanks for your interest for this type of ship. Yeah.
By money, I assume we're talking about ISK, the in-game currency.
Sorry again?
You mentioned good value for money. I assume you mean the
Mm-hmm.
in-game currency ISK, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So when excuse me, can't even talk. Excuse me. When players provide feedback on issues that require balance, what exactly is that process? Could you outline that for me?
当玩家在对于平衡性问题有一些建议的时候，他们需要怎样去跟你们更好的一个反馈，然后更好的一个得到解决呢？
一些比较重要或者紧急的反馈，就是它的强度明显失衡，或者说它的应该有用的一个作用明显没有产生那个作用机制的时候，像这种紧急反馈，我们就可以直接通过私信或者像 Discord 频道的 arrow 反馈，也可以用我们这个全新的客服中心的那个聊天的方式，直接向我们的客服人员反馈，那我们都会尽快去处理。那如果是一般平衡性那种小建议，比如说我觉得这个小型炮的这个射程应该由2.5变成2.6，类似这样的反馈就可以通过社区的建议频道去反馈。那我们会定期的去分析所有的反馈，以及看玩家的喜好程度以及关注程度，然后我们去制定我们的平衡性调整策略。
Okay, for some important or some very urgent feedback, you can just directly send it to the arrow or just create an in-game ticket for us. And we will definitely work on it. But for some casual questions, you can, just, send them through the suggestions channel on our Discord communities. We will sure to see if the feedback is urgent or important or not. Yeah.
All right. What information from player feedback helps you decide what needs to be balanced?
您比较期望说玩家的反馈的哪一些信息对您来决定做平衡性调整是比较有大的帮助的呢？
主要是就是有不同的玩家嘛，然后我希望知道的是玩家呢，首先是不同的玩家他们对于同一个事物的感受，另外就是他们同样的东西在不同场合的实际的使用体验，因为像我们开发组他们毕竟都是有自己的这个玩游戏的习惯，他的感受其实也是比较趋同的，然后很多玩家的多种的体验，然后能够让我们就是说优化这块的设计，然后以及另外就是玩家在自己玩的过程中，任何场合或者说在看市场呀，或者说跟其他玩家聊天时候，发现就是一些自己直觉上面去觉得怪异的这些数值，就是玩家玩的时候只要直觉上觉得怪异就可以，然后我们会根据这些去评价去计算，重新验证它是否真的是有问题。
But for the players, different players will show different attitudes or different opinions towards the same objects of the game or the different events in the games. So if you guys encounter some situation that you feel not very reasonable, you can just directly send us. Or if you feel some data that is kind of strange to you, you can also offer your feedback to us. We really love to hear your opinions towards our events or our settings.
All right. So keeping to the same track, how should players format their feedback to make it most effective?
您期望玩家的一个向你们反馈的话是怎样去更好的格式化，然后你们会更好的一个接收他们的反馈呢？
如果是说刚才提到的不是很重要的建议，就像说某个火炮的射程什么加1公里之类的设定，那可以通过我们的频道，那有一个专门的格式，就是我们会通过机器人去收集这样的一个频道，所以说希望是一个统一的格式。那如果是说像我们的服务人员像 Arrow 或者说是游戏类的客服的一个方式的话，就不需要有一个固定的格式，而是用最简单直接的方法说出你的这种使用的感受就可以，什么时间什么地点你用了什么东西，感觉怎么样，哪里觉得有问题，觉得不好，类似这样的一个方法就可以了，就是一种陈述句，而不需要说一个很规定好的一个格式。
Yeah, like I have mentioned before, for some urgent or important feedback, you can just directly send it to the arrow or create some in-game tickets. But for other feedback, I suggest you can just describe the questions clearly. You don't have to say too much about the questions. Just state the questions you have encountered, like, or you can provide that with some screenshot, and so you don't have to worry too much about this. Yeah.
All right. So we are about 40 minutes in. I actually expected this to take a little bit longer, so I only prepared 12 questions. Let me go ahead and throw that last one out at you. So, can you share with us what you're currently working on that users might be able to expect in the live server here in the near future? A little sneak peek.
就是最后一个问题作为总结，想问一下您最近是在做哪一方面的一些工作，然后玩家未来可以期待说看哪些部分的一些变化呢？
那我们就说一个现在正在做的一个手头上我个人的一个正在做的一个事情，是关于一个军团它的更多功能的一个升级计划，就是军团以后会带来更多的福利和一个加成内容，然后方便就是说一个玩家长期在军团里面发展，然后以及能够为一些新手带来更多的福利。那除了这个军团相关的功能升级之外呢，还有一些是关于小型舰船和小型装备的一些偏性调整。因为我们其实在4月份的，就前1-2周之前的那个版本吧，然后主要是一些中大型的船，那我们其实也有在关心小船的一些体验，然后这些设定应该会在未来的1到2个版本就会发布出去。然后小船在这些发布之后，应该在更多的 PvE 和 PvP 场合的表现会有所提升。
Okay, I want to share some latest progress that I have made. Currently, we are working on the cooperation chaining, which will bring you more benefits to the cooperation players. And also, there will be some balance adjustments on smaller ships and modules, which many players are looking forward. And in the futures, there will also be more PvE and PvP gameplays for the smaller ships. So please stay tuned for it. They will probably be released next month. So stay tuned. Yeah, thank you.
That's actually awesome to hear. I know there's been chatterings about desires for more small ship gameplay. Well, all right, folks, that brings us near the end of today's interview. Don't forget that the live Q&A session is next. But before we wrap this up, we want to hear from you guys. So in 1 or 2 words, drop a comment in the show chat. Let us know what topics you guys are most interested to hear in the future dev talks, and who knows, we might even pick a suggestion for our next event. If your suggestion is picked, there may even be a reward in your future. So go ahead and just drop that in the chat. 1 or 2 words, topic you guys are most interested in looking for. Wow, it looks like there's lots of good suggestions in there. Saw new players, I think that might be the new player experience. Small ships again. Industry, I'd be interested in that one. Destroyers. Tech removal. Hauling. There's lots of good ones in here. Yeah, guys, don't do all caps. Dino doesn't like that.
Lots of dead outlaws and miners in here.
All right. Keep that coming. In the meantime, I'm going to carry on here.
Killed each other less than 48 hours ago.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for joining us, guys, for the Dev Talks. Let's all drop an 07 in chat and show Cloud our thanks for taking the time out of his busy day to sit and talk with us. It's been absolutely a fantastic time sitting here talking to you, Cloud. Thank you. Thank you very much. Looks like everyone here's throwing out that 07, giving you that salute.
The entrance to the core is blown.
Um,
Try using your missiles.
Our next Dev Talks will have a new developer guest speaker talking about an all-new topic.
Whoever sent that might
It could be one picked by the community or maybe by our guest speaker. If you guys had a good enough suggestion somewhere there in the chat, we'll go back through and find it. But who knows? Make sure to put your suggestions in chat, and be sure to avoid scams and fly safe. Anything to say in closing, Cloud?
I've had a look inside. Please be careful.
Thank you so much for Cabez hosting the part 1 interview.
Thank you.
All right. Well, everyone, direct your attention over to the text chat now. Carrie's going to be your host for the live Q&A session, so they'll probably go back through, find your questions during the Dev Talks part, and then all new questions will also be accepted too. They'll answer as many as they can in the amount of time they have available.
Okay, I will take the host roles, and before the session tools, I will mute everyone for seconds, and wait a minute, I will just reopen the show chat area to let you guys answer the questions. Ask the question, sorry.
what? We've still got an armed escort outside. They could be here any minute. All the more reason to work fast. Let's do this, people. Those crystals won't mind themselves. Ben, that outlaw was from Bloodstar, not just some low-level grunt. He even had a custom-built coil gun. I'll keep an eye on the main shaft, and I'm gonna hold on to the coil gun. Let's hope we won't need it. Keep an eye on the miners. I don't want any crystals to end up in the wrong pockets. Hey, what's with the shaking? Could be the Bloodstar guys' rescue squad. And if they spotted our escort outside, they won't just come in with medics. Son of a lizard. All right, want everyone to stay calm and clear of the walls. I got this. Time to earn my creds. Chief, you here? Scrap, more miners. They got here first.
Don't worry, more ransom booty to line our pockets. Let's reel them in.
Keep moving, everyone. I'll lock onto them and let my missiles do the rest. Only one left. That's it. Everyone all right?
Sorry. Okay, I will first pick one question regarding the engine content. I know you guys are really key on this content about engine. We do have make so many progress about this. We have already done some ship model and some attribute design for engine. Also, we have an accretion methods that takes into account, taking into account all types of players that is currently being devised. The initial setting for engine is in a new region with some NPCs, and also players will get a chance to explore together to explore some modules and some new ships, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay, and I will say something about the tradable nanocores. Actually, we spent almost 2 to 3 months to discuss whether the purple nanocore should be tradable after the intelligence nanocore released. Our producer Israel suggests us a couple of times that we should make them tradable, but I'm sorry to admit I'm the biggest one to didn't want to make this decision, because for now the purple nanocore in our game, in different period, the value of them is different. Some of them is very expensive at that time, and we no more selling it and no more producing it from our gameplay. So it's risky to make all the purpose nanocores tradable at one time. So, but we are actually still considering make some of the stable nanocores is for example the nanocores from the Concord Pass tradable first, and we will observe is this healthy for our economy, and is this fair for the player who spend AUR or spend time on their nanocores. Because once we make it tradable, it means that we cannot control the price. Even we cannot control the price of the items in the market. So I'm not so sure that is good for all the players. Yeah, and this is my answer. Thank you.
Okay, here we comes the third questions. The questions about the bombs. We are recently working on the bomb launchers and the fighters that use bomb launchers. So now we are still thinking about that how to operate more conveniently and command the career-based aircraft to launch bombs at the right time. So if you guys have any suggestion, you are welcome to offer it to me. Yeah.
Okay, the next question is: can you say UW in the voice? Oh, come on, you actually you are asking Carrie, right? Let me share a joke. Last week I tried to I'm playing with the ChatGPT and I tried to input the chat log from the general chat, the chat log to the GPT, and ask it what our player concerned, what they are what are they discussing, and the first one the first point it give back to me is that they are discussing about the UW of the intelligent nanocourse, and after that I start to Google what is UW means. And okay, come back to a serious question is that can we delete the tech levels? Okay, good questions. From the designing part, it's not easy to delete the tag levels because almost every system or gameplay is related to this tag level design. But we agree the attitude that or the instance that we players want us to delete tag levels because we are a one server game and we almost operating for 3 years. So the new players and it's not easy to go along or not easy to join the old players community. So what we are actually doing is that we want to lower the requirement of the tag level or make the leveling up on the tag levels more easy than before, to help the new players to get started.
So giving your professional opinion,
我这边没有。
about outlaws.
I know a lot more than they'll ever get from me.
Okay, I can see a question that is asking, are we going to have the missing ship liquid for phrase? Okay. And so you guys are asking if you will get a chance to, get the missing ship linked for phrase and destroyers. For example, the ship link such as the reflectors or Merlin Azals. The answer is yes. Yeah.
That would be a bad idea. You may not like who will come looking for me.
Okay, I will pick the question that anime skiing. Okay, for everyone, every audience here, and I can spoil a little about it. We actually we are trying some anime skiing on our course in near future. So maybe you will see this element for some of the skins and other course. Of course we know not everyone loves this style, and we just want to make try it a little bit. Yeah.
I'm leaving without my friend. Don't be an idiot. He's a dead man. Okay, get your friend, but hurry. Hey, Ben. Huh? What's happening? It's our chance to get out of here. Come on. Forget it, man. I'm done for. I told you I'm getting you out of here. Over here. Thanks for waiting. My pleasure. I might have more luck with a clone pilot at my side.
Okay. Okay, I can see that you guys are really key on the smaller ships content. So I want to share with you some coming events or some coming new items that will be available in.
Great. Stuck between a rock and a damn flaming meteor. It's a colonial fleet.
One more minute,
Get out of this alive. Get ready to jump. No dice.
and I will going to unmute guys for 1 more minute. And this round you can also ask more questions. Yeah. So let's get started.
I hope you know how to
Kevin，
cannon.
他这个是，他主要是他这个话题。行，这是。
I reckon GMB didn't know you were a clone.
No, just 8 more shifts and they would have paid me a ticket to Eden 12.
Eden 12, huh? That's one ridiculous name.
They have lakes there?
Cool. I dig lakes. When I was a kid, my old man used to take me kayaking almost every day. That was on Byron 4, just before the whole place went to hell.
What's kayaking?
You serious? Scrap, we've got a visitor.
Leave him to me.
Maybe a good time to pop that gift bag and try one of your new devices. In the meantime, I'll lock the front door, just in case.
There, alone again.
He must have detected us when we reactivated the hangar.
So about kayaking.
Kayaking. Best thing ever. Say, they never told us soldier grunts.
Hey guys, I'm just gonna sneak back in here real quick while you guys are asking your questions.
Okay,
just-
I will get back to you. Yeah, let me answer some of the questions. Some players are asking,
I'll put it in
is
chat.
it possible to change the numbers to require less escape and more maneuvers? The answer is that among the recently released items, the SK cost is relatively low, and also the material requirements make up the majority. Yeah.
How are you? No, what? Not croak before I've been kayaking. I really mean it.
Okay, I also noticed that there are a few questions about related to the industry. For example, the insurance question and profitable industry for lower tech player. Uh, that's a very good point because in the model we are running now is that the industry player from different skill level are competitive for each other. So only the player at the highest tech level and skill have the profitable space. So that reminds me to reconsider about the industry gameplay for the player who didn't get a maximum skill. And thank you for the advice. 你下个问题 OK 了吗？那我继续 OK and I also noticed a question about the delivery. Okay, actually we noticed the delivery topic long ago, but for now we still didn't want to change the mechanics because we think it's not difficult for us to make delivery easy and no cost, but we think the difficulty of the delivery is part of the game experience in the EVE universe and part of the balance from the between personal asset and corporation asset for now. But since the if but since this question, this point is not so not in so high priority comparing to the new player issue, so maybe if we reconsider if this delivery mechanism prevent new players to staying in our game, so maybe we will optimize it finally. Yeah.
下一个看着。
Check out these wrecks. There may be a cooling unit in one of them.
Okay, we have questions asking, are we going to get the event PvP with some kind of tech level separation? For example, some divisions, so that new players can join in too. And yes, definitely some similar settings will be considered in the region gameplay of the engine that we have just mentioned before.
Sure. Yes, I will just directly talk about the latest question in this channel. The small ships new content yes is manufacturable. Is on the economy side. It will in the economy side of the game. And the other question is that purple nanocores for capital ship and capital industrial ship on Concord Point store. Yes, we actually considering to add the nanocores for capital ship in the Concord pass as well as the sorry, I forgot the formal name of the of the boss in the store. We will make the maybe not purpose nanocores. We will start from the green one and blue one to see what's the response of this change. Yeah.
Sorry guys, time is out, so we are going to end today's event. But before that, we will have our last questions. And this question we want to talk about the insurance. Some events of the insurance has ended today, and we will analyze the performance based on the insurance and direction data to consider some future optimization. And
What happened there? Not answering me. No time for a
so, and thank you guys for participating today's events, and we will do some optimizations and make some great progress in the future. So please stay tuned. And also we will release an event summary on our social media platforms. So you guys can check the event summary in the coming days. So, and thank you again, and thanks again for our guest Cloud. And so wish you all the best and bye bye. Okay.
Ha! It worked. Never thought I'd miss this shabby place. Those Bloodstar idiots had me locked up for ages.
What do they want from you?
Well, what they want from everyone. Credits and information. Unfortunately for them, I don't share with outlaws. Anyway, this is where we're at right now. We've got lights, climate control, and access to scans of our vicinity.
Can the scans help me navigate Superlight again? I can't fly blind forever.
Good idea. We can't reconnect our navs, or the fleet would immediately locate our asses. But with these scans... Here, have a look.
Cedo Outer Rim, Rhodia Orbit, and Union Bridge? That's as far as we can scan?
It's far enough for now, at least what we need to do next. I need you to fly to all 3 locations, and keep an eye out for little devices we like to call beanies.
Beanies?
That's short for beanbags. They're small DIY signal distractors. And used to keep this...
Alright, well, this was actually very interesting. Very interesting topics indeed. Definitely some of the topics have surprised me, but overall I enjoyed it quite a bit, and hopefully next time I actually get to participate in the developer talk. Hopefully next time I will not fall asleep, or hopefully next time I have more energy to be up very early in the night. So with that being said, if you would like to support me, feel free to like and subscribe. And with that being said, stay safe, fly safe, and I'll see you next time.